So my friends over at Old Town sent me a message a week or two ago saying, hey, would you be interested in getting another kayak? And I was like, you know, I had to think about it for a while because I'm kind of running out of space to keep things and all that. But I had to think, I was like, you know, that wouldn't be a bad deal to have another kayak. And so this kayak that we're going to go and unbox is going to be my fishing kayak. The KAYAK is going to continue to be the KAYAK. It's going to become the hunting kayak that I use, along with the Discovery 119. The Duck Discovery is what we call it here on the channel. So I'm going to have two hunting boats, and then I'm also going to have this one being the fishing boat. I figured it'd be easier to kind of like customize them to a specific purpose instead of having to worry about, okay, I can't have this on here when I'm fishing, but I'm going to want this on here when I'm hunting. So might as well have one designated for hunting and one designated for fishing. So let's go ahead and get to unboxing this package. Here it is. This is the new kayak. I got to get it unboxed here real quick and get it all set up. I had to do a little bit of unboxing because I had to make sure that it wasn't damaged when the delivery guy came to drop it off here. So let's go ahead and get this thing set up. Wow, it's a hot one today. Holy smokes, I'm sweating. Here it is. This is the Old Town Topwater 120 PDL. So it's the same thing as the KAYAK, except it's designed for a pedal drive system. So that means that you use your feet and you pedal the pedals and it spins this propeller down here and it makes you go. So you don't necessarily need to paddle with your arms. So that's a plus. When you're fishing, it's pretty nice to be able to not have to worry about paddling with your hands, and these are becoming more and more popular, and I'm super stoked to finally have one and give it a try here pretty soon. So starting at the back here, we've got the rudder system and our handle and the tank well. The tank well is nice and big. It's got less bungee on it than my other Topwater, and it's got a space cut out right here for you to put your milk crate when you're fishing. Here, let's just go ahead and so when you're fishing and you got a milk crate with all your tackle in it, it fits it perfectly and you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. So that's pretty nice. And then we have a nice seat just like the other Topwater that I have, except it's got a different system here. So you can scoot it forward and back. There's no high and low position on the pedal drive version because you need to scoot it forward and back to be able to reach your pedals. So underneath the seat here, we got some space to keep things right here. So maybe like a couple smaller tackle boxes, some baits or whatever. And then we've also got this. And I don't know what this looks like in here. I haven't opened this up. This is kind of first impression. So it's a nice little dry hatch, just like on the front. We'll get to that in a minute. But in here, you got tons of space to keep things. And it goes all the way around. So you name it, you can probably fit it in there. I don't really know what I would use that for at this point in time. This lever right here, I believe, yep, it releases the rudder and puts it down in the water. So that's pretty sweet. You're gonna be sitting there, boom, you're gonna put your pedals in, you're steering, and then on this side, so when you move this one, that's how you steer. It moves your rudder left and right. And of course, we got the foam foot pads here, and it's got a little measuring thing on there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. There are some numbers to measure. I've never done that before. We've got a couple nice pockets on the side, so you can keep baits or whatever, put pliers and phones and all kinds of gadgets in those two in the Topwater. Now this part is what's really unique to this kayak. This is the pedal drive system for the kayak. So if you guys can tell, there's a propeller right here, and when you pedal, it scoots you along through the water. So that's pretty nifty. So there are some features in the back end here, like that tank well under the seat and the steering and rudder let down and steering and an extra rod holder. I forgot to mention there's 3 flush mount rod holders on this kayak in the back. And so the main difference between the Topwater 120 and the Topwater 120 PDL is the pedal drive system, the steering for the rudder, and the extra rod holder, and then the hatch underneath the seat. And the shape of the hole and all that with the seat and all that, that's a little bit different. But other than that, it's pretty close to the same as the PD or the Topwater 120. So when you're traveling, you can just unhook these two things right here, lifts right out. You can put it in your truck, put it in a safe place where it won't bounce around a lot, and you just twist the knobs back to lock it down. This looks like there's a couple other pieces in here. I'll have to read the instructions and go over that. There's a hatch right here. Looks just like a little dry hatch where you can keep your phone or whatever. It's gonna be right in the middle of the deck. There's some bungee straps on here as well. So there's just so many places to keep things in this kayak, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough stuff to fill it, but you know, there might come a day. I've thought about doing like a float trip in the kayak, which would be a lot of fun. I'm not sure where I would go to do that, but I think it'd be really cool to take the kayaks and go on a float trip somewhere, do some fishing or whatever, but I think that'd be pretty fun. And it looks, oh, those are scupper hole plugs. Holy smokes, I didn't realize that they had scupper hole plugs for these. I knew they were coming out with some. So we got some scupper hole plugs. If you guys don't know what scupper holes are, it's the little holes inside the deck where water can come out of the boat. That's the main purpose of them, is so like when you're paddling and you know you're gonna get water in the boat, or when you're getting in, when you're standing in the water, water's gonna come in. So the holes are able to let that water out. And I know in my Topwater 120, when I duck hunt in it, that's a pretty big issue. I wouldn't want scupper holes to be plugged in that situation because a lot of water is coming in the boat and it allows it to drain out very easily. So scupper hole plugs, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, but it's nice to have them in the off chance that I will need them. And the last thing here is the hatch. And this hatch, I honestly think it's bigger than the hatch on the KAYAK. So let's open it up here. I'll take a peek in it. I haven't looked in it yet. You guys probably won't even be able to see it because it's not light enough in there. It's got a rope tether on it, so that's kind of nice. I don't know if you guys can see in there, it's just a big old black hole. Nothing but empty space in there, so you can put a lot of gear. I normally put like, I don't put my dry bag in there, but I probably should. If like I have lights on the front or whatever, I don't know why I would for my fishing kayak, but in my other kayak, I put like an ammo box with a battery box for the depth finder, that kind of stuff. So all in all, it's a really sweet rig, and I cannot wait to get it out on the water and really try it out. And it's gonna be completely different than fishing and actually having to paddle. So I'm excited. Yeah, so that's pretty much just a quick overview of the kayak. I'm gonna take it out and do an on the water review and kind of like first impressions while I'm using it. So it's like 200 degrees outside, and I am not gonna go out in that. I'm already sweating being in the garage for like 15 minutes. So today is not the day to do that. So we'll do that again, maybe sometime next week. It's gonna be 4th of July time. So maybe at that point I'll be able to take it out and try it out doing some fishing or whatever. But all in all, first impressions, getting it unboxed, I am in love with it. And if you can't tell, I picked a different color. I decided to go a little bit crazy and pick like a blue and gray color because all my other boats are like green and camo, and I just wanted something a little bit different. And you know, if I do want to take this hunting, I'm gonna probably just camo it up with some burlap or whatever, try and make a blind for it if it's something that I want to do. But all in all, this thing is gonna be sweet, and I'm really looking forward to taking it out. Okay, we're gonna go inside. It's way too hot out here. I think I covered most of everything on that kayak and all the features that it has, but I do think I probably missed a few things. So I'll leave a link in the description to go check out the kayak if you guys want to and get a better detailed look and see what it's all about. So right now, Ducks Waterfowl is doing a 4th of July sale, so you can pick up this hat and another shirt in a combo deal for 35 bucks for both of those. And there's a bunch of other stuff on the website that's on sale as well, so be sure to check that out when you get the chance. If you guys haven't followed me on social media yet, you gotta go ahead and do that. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook, and you can stay up to date with all that's going on. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe and smash that like button for me. But that is all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this little tour and unboxing of the Old Town Topwater 120 PDF, and I will catch you on the next one.